Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to speak at the ITTF Summit, in particular about our Oceania Development Program. So, as Tristan said, my name is Scott Houston. I'm from Australia, and I've been the CEO of ITTF-Oceania since last year. So this is my background in table tennis. I've been involved in the sport for more than 25 years now, firstly as a player, and then as a coach, and more recently as an administrator. So I'm a purely lifelong table tennis person. I'm very passionate about using table tennis as a tool for social good and social benefit, and helping people to be involved in table tennis. So in particular about Oceania, so people may have heard the term Oceania, but might not be familiar of what and where Oceania is. So Oceania extends from Australia in the west to the Northern Mariana Islands in the north, to French Polynesia in the east, to New Zealand in the south. So we are a vast continent. We cover more than 9 million square kilometres, primarily in the Pacific Ocean. So in Oceania, there are 24 countries and territories, all of which are ITTF member associations. So proudly, Oceania, the Table Tennis Federation, is the only sport to have a footprint in all 24 Oceania countries and territories. What makes Oceania unique is that from our 24 countries and territories, none of them are connected by land. So that makes us very unique, but it also provides significant challenges as well, because obviously there is much more problems with travelling and so forth. We have 14 independent countries in Oceania, and we also have 10 territories of other countries, as you can see there: Australia, France, New Zealand, and USA territories in Oceania. We also have 17 national Olympic committees in Oceania, and there are 3 regions overall in Oceania. So we have Melanesia, which is in the southwest area of Oceania, Micronesia, which is in the northwest and northeast of Oceania, and also Polynesia, which is in the southeast of Oceania. So there are vast differences in the countries and territories of Oceania. We have a range of highly developed and prosperous countries, as well as many small and developing territories. Australia has the largest population in Oceania at 27 million people, whereas Niue, Tokelau and Norfolk Island all have 1,500 people. That's not 1.5 million, that's 1,500. So Oceania is different than all the other continents, both in general and from a table tennis perspective. As I touched on, we have the smallest population out of all the continents, but our land and sea area is one of the largest. So this makes travelling in Oceania both difficult and expensive. To put it into context, the delegate from Tokelau is on his way to Qatar right now. There's no airport in Tokelau. So first he took a boat from Tokelau to Samoa, spending 3 nights at sea. After that, he needed to fly from Samoa to New Zealand, and then tomorrow he will finally fly from New Zealand to Qatar, which is a 17-hour flight. He will then take the same journey on the way home. With the boat schedule being irregular in Tokelau, it means that his entire trip will take him 32 days. He departed on the 6th of May and he will return home on the 8th of June. Travel costs in Oceania are super expensive. For some of the Oceania delegates to come to Qatar, it's costing more than $6,000. Qatar is relatively close to Oceania. If we were in Africa or in Europe, the cost would be double or more. Travel distance and travel costs make providing equipment and also participating at Oceania and international events very difficult. And as we said, with a smaller population, there are challenges to lift the level of players, coaches, and officials. As I said, Oceania is different. For some of our member associations, they don't worry how many food choices there are at the breakfast buffet or how many live streaming cameras there are at the Oceania Championships. but they do worry about how they can afford to compete when the cost of competing is 1, 3, or even 6 months of their annual salary. For some of our member associations, they don't worry about having their name printed on the back of their shirt when they're competing internationally, but they do worry about having access to table tennis shoes when sometimes they have to play barefoot at home. And for some of our member associations, they worry about how they can get equipment to their country when shipping times are typically more than 100 days, and the cost of shipping any equipment always exceeds the value of the equipment. Having said all of that, of course, it's not all doom and gloom in Oceania. We also have very good opportunities to grow the sport and provide access to table tennis across the region. So the Oceania Development Program first started as a pilot project in 1998, and it was a partnership between ITTF, Oceania Table Tennis Federation, and the Oceania National Olympic Committees. So Glenn Tepper was the original Oceania Development Officer, and the success of the program led to it being replicated by ITTF worldwide. The Oceania Development Program ran in its traditional form until 2017. Aside from providing access to table tennis for tens of thousands of people for over 20 years, it also provided the springboard for multiple staff. So in addition to Glenn Tepper, we also had Steve Dainton, Michael Brown, and myself, who all got our start as Oceania Development Officers. After an 8-year hiatus, the Oceania Development Program was relaunched this year. So we have our new Oceania Development Officers in the room with us today, Hongbo Liang from Australia and Ocean Belrose from French Polynesia. Both started in February. And Ocean himself was a beneficiary of the Oceania Development Program when he was a junior player. And it's fantastic to see him now working in the program, providing for the next generation. The Oceania Development Program has a simple philosophy. We will provide assistance where it is needed most. This is primarily achieved through the Oceania Development Officers and other experts making in-country visits where we provide coach education, officials education, school visits, competitions, training camps, talent ID, and promotional activities. We also have the possibility to engage with partnerships and projects with our member associations, provide equipment assistance, and provide ongoing support and advice. And later this year, we will also relaunch the Oceania Talent Team, where we'll select young Oceania players and their coaches and provide them with international training and competition opportunities. The goals of the Oceania Development Program are also simple. We want to ensure that all of our 24 member associations can benefit. We want to improve the quality and quantity of players, coaches, and officials throughout Oceania. We want to have more Oceania member associations competing both continentally and internationally. We want to ensure that member associations continue to develop at a rate that is appropriate for them. Oceania also wants to contribute more at the international level in general, and overall, we want to have more people involved in and engaged with table tennis more often. So far in 2025, we're already making fantastic progress. We have already made in-country visits in Samoa, Cook Islands, New Zealand, Nauru, Palau, Niue, Tuvalu, and French Polynesia. We expect to make in-country visits to another 6 to 8 member associations before the end of this year. Also, we have more member associations and more players competing in Oceania events in 2025 compared to 2024. And we also, as Michael touched on with the gender balance, we are also currently tracking at 40% of female participation, which is in line with our strategic goal. A very good success story of the Oceania Development Program so far in 2025 is Niue, which is a small Polynesian territory in Oceania. And as I said before, the population is around 1,500 people. They were dormant for around 10 years, and we identified one person there who wanted to revive table tennis. After liaising for a few months, we made an in-country visit there in April. In addition to running training camps, a competition and promotion activities, they held an AGM and elected a new president. The end result is now Niue is back up and running. They might not ever produce a world champion, or maybe even not an Oceania champion, but that's not the point. The point is that we're providing access to table tennis, and table tennis is being used for a social benefit. The Oceania Development Program is just one element that ITTF-Oceania has been working hard on as part of our rebuild. So other achievements in the past few months include securing a new strategic quadrennial agreement with ITTF. We implemented a new strategic plan, which is directly aligned with the ITTF strategic plan. A new Oceania Management Committee was elected at our AGM last year, and our President, Anthony Moore, who's here with us today, is doing a fantastic job in leading the organisation. We will vote on implementing our new constitution at our Oceania AGM, which will be held on Sunday while we're here in Qatar. And we're also working hard to improve the quality and presentation of our continental events in collaboration with the ITTF events team, who have been very helpful for us. For the first time ever, we have a World Hopes champion from Oceania, with New Zealand's Eli Ho winning the Hopes Boys gold medal last year. And our governance and administrative functions are all running very smoothly. So in wrapping up, I would like to thank ITTF for their belief in the direction we are taking, especially to Michael Anderson and his team for backing us in to relaunch the Oceania Development Program. The benefits are already showing, and I'm confident that this will continue. So thank you for listening, and I hope you're able to learn a little bit about Oceania, the challenges we face as a unique region of the world, but also the opportunities that we have available for future growth. Thank you for listening.